ドジャースはダイヤモンドバックスに痛恨の敗戦を喫し、大谷翔平選手も膝の不調によりオールスター戦での登板辞退を発表しました。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung alongside James Loney and Nomar Garciaparra. Really rough start for the Dodgers in this three-game series with the Diamondbacks. They did start off well offensively. Back-to-back home runs by Shohei Ohtani and Andy Pages to start the bottom of the first. But that was really it for this entire game. The Dodgers gave up 9 runs. They walked 5 batters. They committed 3 errors. They had 2 wild pitches. They also issued a balk. James, I guess the best thing you can say about it is you turn the page, move on to the next one.
Yeah, I think the best part of tonight was the Black Heritage Night, and we had the band out here, getting everybody ready. But, yeah, I mean, starting out, obviously, with Ohtani getting the home run, with Andy Pages, you're thinking, oh, can we get to Eduardo Rodriguez tonight? You're never ever going to get to a guy like that over the time. You're going to put together good at-bats. But, we got 7 hits off him, which we'll take. But, obviously, when you get guys in scoring position, you want to put those singles together where you can drive them in. Just not our not overall to get him.
The Dodgers will tell you this wasn't a good game they played. They know that overall. And this is just the good thing is this doesn't happen too often. This is one of the rarity. We haven't seen this very often. And they got to make sure that this doesn't happen very often. But this was just a game they didn't play well. As you mentioned, those 3 errors that you have there. It's also tough in the bullpen. They're thrown in like it's going to be a bullpen game, and then you have to expect everybody out of the bullpen to be able to get the job done. Not an easy task in and of itself. That was tough as well. So just all around, they got beat. They didn't play well. You have to turn the page. You still have an opportunity coming up. Dave Roberts is able to say, all right, decisions 3 days before this game, for example. He's looking at arms are going to save. There's a day off. There's this preparation that kind of comes along with it, even something with the bullpen. And then you write a script and you're saying, okay, here's the guys I would like to maybe get a couple of innings, whatever it may be, and then after these couple innings, so-and-so comes in, see the matchups, how it's going to fall in the line, according with the lineup. Doesn't always work the way you script it. I know this was one where they made the decision maybe yesterday, the day before, when they knew Shohei wasn't going to start, and then you're still trying to write that script. Still difficult to hope that it falls into that. I don't think it fell into the script they like, which makes it a challenge, and that you're hoping every single guy that gets called upon is able to get the job done. This happens. This isn't anyone's, and you're not pointing a finger at any single person out there in the bullpen. Collectively, it didn't happen. Like I said, kudos also to the Arizona. They played well. They beat you and took advantage of the mistakes you made. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big league team, obviously. They're always going to be trying, right? They're trying to execute their pitches. They have a game plan. But, it's different, too, I think, with the adrenaline, right? You're not coming in situations that you normally would. Yeah, you don't want to think like that and say, well, that shouldn't affect me. But I think it can, just like a closer, right? A closer gets paid big money to come in high-pressure, high-leverage situations. So you never know how that affects the pitchers. And, Diamondbacks are not a big home run hitting team. So what they do is they put the ball in play to hit the ball the other way. They run first or third. They do all those little things to beat you, and tonight they did that. They hit some balls hard, they hit some balls soft, so those happen over the course of the season, and we still have the best team in baseball.
Yeah, we just talked a few days ago this week, James, about the Dodgers defense. According to a lot of the metrics out there, the best defensive team in baseball. They lead in defensive runs saved, but tonight was not their night either. Very sloppy game defensively. They committed those 3 errors, led to 3 unearned runs in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, over the course of the season, sometimes it just gets magnified when it happens in one game, right? But, they are trying to make these plays, right? They're saying, look, yeah, I'm trying to throw this guy out at third. It happens to be, right on the money, really, and just sliding. That's really an unfortunate error right there. It's really hard to blame anyone. And then right here, I mean, this is a throw where, he wants that throw back, right? Mookie is trying to make that pick. The only thing with Mookie, maybe you try to reach out more in front of that, try to scoop it like a first baseman, but that's really a tough hop. You're not telling Dalton, he'll tell you that. So I really feel like, that's one that you definitely would say you want back. But when you have the adrenaline right here and you got Tommy Edman flying down, Mickey Rowe is not a first baseman, right? It's hard for him to stretch out. He's saying, do I hold the base? Do I try to get the out? Or do I come off the base right there? In that situation, you are trying to hold the base right there because you want to get that out. So I understand, why those were errors, but those were definitely errors where they were, going for it, trying to make the play, being aggressive, and I think you'll take that.
Listen, This is uncharacteristic, as simple as that. You know, the Dodgers have been playing pretty solid defense all season long. I think they've played more of their worst defense so far when we mentioned that they're awesome in defense. You know, it's like you feel like it was our pregame show jinx, but at the same time, they've been solid all day long. This was not very good, like I said. Overall, to say this was not one of our best games, and you have to turn the page.
All right, well, here's what's ahead on the Dodgers calendar. 2 more games until we get to the All-Star break. And for all of you LAFC and soccer fans, tomorrow night is Sonny's bobblehead night. Sunday is Kike Hernandez pitching bobblehead. Then the All-Star game will be Tuesday in Philadelphia. That's on Fox. Then after the break, the Dodgers return to the Bronx for the first time since winning the World Series there in 2024. Shohei Ohtani will not be
They're getting the bat head out.
All right, final score 9-3. The Diamondbacks win it. The big story before the game, Shohei Ohtani announcing that he is not going to pitch, not just tonight, but he's not going to compete in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Right now, Ohtani is speaking with the media.
Maybe you can explain to just normal human beings how we find out you have to have your knee drained, you're missing the All-Star game, and your first at bat, you hit a home run. How is that possible with what you're dealing with?
左膝、治療するとかオールスター欠場するとかで、状態良くないと思いますけども、ホームラン打ててすごいっていうところでどう打ててるんですかと。
どちらかというとピッチングの方がなんていうんですかね、負荷がかかるところではあるので、バッティングは基本的には問題なくできているかなと思います。
It affects more of my pitching rather than the hitting side of the game, so that's the reason why.
Did you throw a bullpen, and is that when you realized the knee was getting worse? When did you realize that you needed to take these steps?
ブルペン投げて確認できたのかと、その左膝のちょっと悪化しているところで、それがブルペン以外の。
そうですね、炎症起きたり起きなかったりというか、治ったり、繰り返してはいた状況ではあったので、そのなんですかね、注射するかどうかも含めてちょっと長期的に見ながらここ数週間は辛抱していながらやってた感じかなと思います。
Yeah, the knee flared up. Sometimes it calmed down. It was a lot of just kind of up and down. Just kind of seeing how the knee really handled the last couple weeks, and really the decision was made to do the injection after seeing how the knee reacted over the last couple weeks. So yeah.
Shohei, you said that this impacts your pitching more than your hitting. Is it because of the way you plant the knee when you pitch?
左膝、着地する仕方とかで影響しているっていうか。
そうじゃないかなとは思いますけど、カバーのもカバーので他に負担が来たりとかするので、改善するとこはしなければいけないですけど、基本的には内心地にポジションを探しながらになるのかなとは思ってます。
Hard to say, but I would think so. I have to kind of find a way to adjust my mechanics so that my knee doesn't get affected.
Do you think this will affect your pitching schedule and workload in the second half?
後半戦に向けて、ピッチングのスケジュールとか影響されたりとかしそうですよね。
どうですかね、昨日電話しながら本当に不安なくいける状態以外は休んだ方がいいんじゃないかということで、今日飛ぶことにはなりましたけど、結果的にそのブルペンにしわ寄せがいく形にはなっているので、そこは本当に申し訳ないなというところですかね。
Yeah, I had a pretty long discussion over the phone yesterday and made a decision not to start. But I know that also means it puts a lot of pressure on the bullpen, so I'm not exactly thrilled in that sense.
Do you think this treatment will allow you to go back to making regular starts through the rotation in the second half of the year, or do you think you're going to have to be a little more cautious with your pitching workload, especially given where you guys are at in the standings?
注射治療をやって、普通のスケジュールに戻るっていう自信っていうのはありますかと。
そうです。無理をすれば今日ももちろんいける状態ではあったなのかなとは思っているので、次の登板をしっかりとまずは今日よりいい状態で入れるようにということで、その期間を利用しながら治療したいなとは思ってます。
Yeah, the goal is to be able to throw according to regular schedule. Although I could have started today it would have still been pushing the envelope a little bit. But the intention, my every intention is to use the off days to make sure that I'm in a good place to be able to be in the rotation.
Dave, 2 out of the last 3 games, you guys have been a little sloppy defensively. Is that product of getting closer to the All-Star break? What do you feel like that is about?
I don't think that's the case. It has been sloppy 2 of the last 3 games. Don't know the reason for it. Obviously, it never feels good to, not convert outs. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's one of those things that we got to get better at. That's just not what we do. Yeah, I mean, I think tonight, the defense, I think that, you get count leverage 0-2 on guys and you can't put them away. You're giving up hits 0-2. The free bases, all that stuff, played a part in us giving up a lot of runs tonight.
Did you feel like that was contagious from the beginning of the game? Because obviously each individual reliever has their own lane, but why did it seem to bleed through the whole night?
I don't think it's contagious. I think that, each individual guy, some guys were good, some guys couldn't get ahead and weren't efficient with their pitching. But I don't think that that's an excuse as far as the guy before him was like that, right? So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we got to get strike one, and then when we get count leverage, we got to be able to put guys away and not leave pitches, out over. And then the walks, that's something that just can't happen to that degree. Yeah.
What were you telling Klein when you pulled him in after?
I just wanted to see how he was because we've pushed him a little bit, and I just wanted to make sure, in talking to him man to man, just how he felt. Going back out there for another inning because we've pushed him a little bit and he's done a nice job.
How reassuring has it been to see Shohei kind of keep swinging the bat the way he has even while he's been dealing with this knee thing over the last month?
Yeah, it is. He does a really good job of taking care of himself. Obviously, we've curtailed the running, and so he's doing everything he can to help us on the offensive side. And again, it wasn't great tonight on the run prevention, but it was the right thing for all of us. And so I think we feel good about that going forward. But yeah, it's really impressive what he continues to do offensively.
What did you think of Eduardo Rodriguez tonight, bouncing back after the first inning homers?
He's had a heck of a year. I think he's an all-star. Last couple years it's been a grind for him, health. But man, when this guy's healthy, he's the ball's moving all over the place. He's a big league pitcher. He misses barrels, and yeah, we caught a couple barrels early, hit a couple homers, but he settled in nicely. And then once he got a lead, he just was really put it to us.
Do you anticipate getting another pitcher on the roster for tomorrow?
We're going to have that conversation right after this. Obviously it's nice that we got Yamamoto going, but I think we've done a very good job this year of protecting downside, and so there's certainly a good group of guys that are going to be down tomorrow and potentially this weekend, so we're going to have that conversation, yeah.
Do you expect Shohei to DH next week?
I do, yes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Yep.
When did all you find out that you were going to have to throw a bullpen game today?
I found out last night around 11 p.m.
That you were going to open as well?
Yeah.
What was the most frustrating part for you in that first inning? Was it having 2 strikes on a lot of those guys and letting them off the hook? Why couldn't you put them away?
Yeah, that's kind of been an issue for me lately. I'm kind of doing the hard part, getting 0-2, 1-2 on guys, and just not executing and getting pitches where I need to get them. I'm just kind of leaving things over the plate, getting into deep counts. Those deep counts can lead to walks, and I just got to be better at finishing guys, just putting them away when I'm ahead. So that's about it.
You guys did so well in Anaheim. These bullpen games, are they kind of a wild card to try to expect, 7 or 8 different guys to be on their game?
It's not really a wild card. I mean, it's a bullpen game. Like, we're all going to go out there and do our part, and we got a job. And tonight, it just, there was a couple walks, some hits, just wasn't a good day for us. But we're expected to go out there when our name is called and get those outs. And today just wasn't that day, and we'll be better.
今回の継投策に依存した試合における苦戦と守備の乱れは長いシーズンを戦う上で避けては通れない疲労の蓄積を如実に表しています。先発投手のやりくりが苦しい中、救援陣への負担が過度にかかるし、相運営は常に薄氷を踏むような緊張感を伴います。特に有利なカウントを作りながらも決め球を甘くしてしまい、四球や連打を許した点は今後の配球戦略において早急に修正すべき課題です。一方で、大谷選手の決断は非常に賢明かつ戦略的なものでした。自身の左膝の炎症に対して無理を押して夢の祭典で投球するのではなく、シーズン後半の戦いを見据えて、治療と投球力学の微調整に専念する道を選んだことは、チームの地区優勝、そして頂点への道のりを考えれば最善の選択と言えます。一時的な不調や停滞敗北は究極の目標に向けた試金石に過ぎません。指揮官がどのように救援陣を立て直し、大谷選手が万全の状態で再びマウンドに上がる日をどう迎えるのか。今後のドジャースの巻き返しにおいて、皆様はどの選手の覚醒が一番の鍵になると思われますか。最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。今後のドジャースの反撃において誰の活躍が鍵になるか、ぜひコメント欄で皆様のご意見をお聞かせください。この動画が気に入っていただけましたら、チャンネル登録と高評価をよろしくお願いいたします。